We don't hate you. We don't care enough about you to hate you. We just see that you're a fool. You make a fool out of yourself virtually every day. That's why we talk about you. We're laughing at you. We're making a mockery of you. You're making a mockery of yourself. It's not hatred. You really should learn to distinguish between those two different emotions because you're receiving one in droves, and it's not hatred. You can act, like you're Beyonce all you want. You're not. And just like her, you can play the victim when you're not. But you're going to have your hands full with people laughing at you because you behave so foolish.
Then Megyn Kelly goes after a politician. It's not a casual critique. It's a demolition. Jasmine Crockett, once hyped as the Democrats' fiery news star, found herself stripped of the media gloss and thrown under the harsh light of reality. Kelly didn't just poke holes in Crockett's image. She tore it apart, exposing a brand built more on noise than results. What was supposed to be a meteoric rise now looks like a controlled crash.
I've had about enough of her. She wants to be like a member of the squad. She thinks of herself like an AOC. She talks like, she's from the hood. Meanwhile, she grew up in a nice family. She didn't talk like this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she sounded like you and I sound in this conversation. Like, I'm really excited to be going to Congress. I can't wait to get started on my new job. And now she's like, we need...
Kelly zeroed in on Crockett's belief that volume equals victory. The louder she gets, the more convinced she seems that she's winning the argument. But Kelly points out that yelling isn't intelligence and outrage isn't evidence. Beneath the big gestures, dramatic pauses, and social media-ready expressions, there's little substance, just a performance designed to go viral.
She claims to be, from her people. She puts on this image that she understands the Black American struggle. But let's face it, the girl went to private school. She went on to, I don't know what college and law school. She went to, it's like, she's a complete fake.
Yeah.
She's as fake as her eyelashes. She's as fake as her hair. She's as fake as her fingernails. And she is such a massive fraud.
The most brutal part? Kelly exposes Crockett's rise as less about talent and more about political marketing. Party leaders didn't elevate her because of her legislative skills. They needed a loyal attack dog who could deliver fiery sound bites on cue. It's branding over ability, and Kelly rips away that illusion for all to see.
Clinton administration.
Please calm down.
Tell me to calm down, because y'all talk noise and then
You're out of control.
He said, Jasmine, what you have to realize is that if you are really going to make change, it's not going to be in the Texas House. He said, you did a great job playing defense, but you have a chance to play offense. Someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body.
Meanwhile, you pointed out, but her high school looks like a cat.
And she puts Crockett in a broader category. The growing class of politicians who mistake showmanship for statesmanship. The obsession with cameras, the viral clips, the grandstanding at hearings, it's all theater. Kelly makes sure viewers see Crockett not as a bold leader, but as a performer in a cheap political production.
We were having a committee hearing on oversight, and it was really late at night. And I was really irritated because I'm always like, why can't we work normal work hours like regular people, 8 to 5? I don't know what's wrong with Congress that we're always doing crazy things at 9, 10, 11, 2 a.m. under Nancy Pelosi. So we're on the recite committee, and she is running off her mouth, and I shot at her about her massively huge fake eyelashes.
Yeah, this made news.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I said something along the lines of like, well, you can't read it because of your fake eyes.
The real impact comes when Kelly examines Crockett's public record. Crockett's track record is relatively modest, with more focus on high-profile moments than on delivering significant legislation or measurable results. Kelly highlights this contrast, showing how Crockett's public visibility often outweighs her policy contributions. It leaves viewers questioning whether her main strength lies in maintaining her public profile rather than demonstrating legislative leadership.
You're going to have your hands full with people laughing at you because you behave so foolishly. And the fact that you're a diva bitch behind the scenes, so much worse. You're not even beloved by your staff. Like, you alienate everyone. The people who know you best don't like you. The people who are just glancing at what you're putting out there publicly don't like you. So who likes you?
Megyn Kelly also addresses Crockett's use of identity in political discussions. She notes how criticism is often reframed by Crockett as a personal attack, rather than a debate on policy. Kelly challenges this approach, suggesting it diverts attention from the strength of ideas and the effectiveness of strategies. She points out that while this style may gain attention online, it does not necessarily translate into productive results in Washington. Kelly emphasizes that in politics, timing, restraint, and strategic decision-making are key, and that these qualities can be more effective than constant confrontation.
The Human Rights Campaign. These are the people who run around harassing every business to make sure that they're being pro-LGBTQ and pro-DEI and not doing anything that a Human Rights Campaign finds offensive in any way, shape, or form, unless if you are in a wheelchair and are the governor of Texas, in which case it is fine for Jasmine Crockett to do this to you. Watch.
Because we in these hot ass Texas streets, honey. Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now.
Kelly also examines what she describes as inconsistencies in Crockett's public stance. For example, Crockett speaks out against certain systems while still participating in and benefiting from them. Kelly presents these examples to highlight how such contradictions can affect credibility. She notes that while Crockett has a strong presence in the media, her approach often focuses more on personal branding than on governance. Kelly argues that this focus can distract from substantive policy work, which is essential for long-term impact.
Has some more on Ms. Crockett. He's Benny Johnson. He's host of The Benny Show, and he has an exclusive report now on Crockett's alleged background. See, he traveled to where Crockett claims she is from a tough area of South Dallas. You know, you hear her speak. She tries to talk street like, okay. Compared to where she's actually from, it's quite a different picture. Where she's actually from is a beautiful, well-manicured area for the elite.
Kelly observes that Crockett's political style often relies on high-energy, headline-grabbing moments. While effective in the short term, Kelly suggests this strategy may not provide lasting influence or results. She also points out that engaging respectfully with differing viewpoints can help build coalitions, while dismissing or labeling critics can make collaboration more difficult. By reframing Crockett's perceived strengths, such as boldness or quick reactions, Kelly suggests these can sometimes be interpreted as impulsiveness or a lack of strategic planning.
Hot about him is that he is a hot ass mess, honey.
I got to check my woke rule book, Walter, but I'm not sure I don't think that's allowed. I do not think you refer to the guy who's in a wheelchair as the governor of your state as Governor Hot Wheels. Some of her defenders online are like, we all call him that down here. And as far as I can tell, it's only nasty leftists who do. Not sure that gives you a pass.
Kelly's critique of Crockett is notable for its structured and methodical delivery. While Crockett's approach is often dynamic and attention-grabbing, Kelly counters with measured analysis. This contrast shifts audience perception from seeing Crockett as a political newcomer with potential to viewing her as someone who may need to refine her approach to achieve long-term success. Kelly concludes that in politics, relying solely on charisma or media presence is not enough. Lasting influence comes from a balance of communication, substance, and strategy.
Instead of someone who dumbs themselves down or lies about where they come from to try to be more hood.
Yes, that's what she's doing all the time. And she didn't talk like this before either, where she's like, y'all, I know my homie, and I'm like, okay, that didn't exist. We ran tape from her before she ran for office. She sounded like a normal person, but now she's gone full street with the super long nails too, and like the lips and the gloss and like the eyelashes. She's really laying it on because she wants to be seen as like this down-home girl.
Kelly brought the focus back to the facts, cutting through the performance and revealing Crockett's record exactly as it is. In politics, once a public image is challenged in a clear and visible way, it's difficult to rebuild. Colleagues, opponents, and even the media can begin to see that person differently. What was once met with curiosity can turn into skepticism, and early excitement can shift into quiet doubt. Kelly's critique resonated because it voiced what many had suspected but had not openly said. In political terms, moments like this tend to stay in the public memory, reshaping how a figure is perceived, from a bold newcomer to someone whose reputation may have been built on more style than substance.
How do you even There's no reaching across the aisle to that.
No,
Yeah, like
not at
that's-
all. Well, she's not a real person. So some interesting things that I've always observed about her is how she treats her staff. She treats her staff like they are just beneath her.
I read that in the New York Post. Can you confirm?
Yes.
Wow.
So she always has one of her young male staffers has to carry her big, heavy handbag for her. She just hands it off. It's like,
The takeaway is simple. In politics, sustained influence comes from a foundation of results. Kelly's segment gave critics new talking points, created uncertainty among supporters, and encouraged voters to take a closer look in the future. In Washington, reputation is everything, and it's shaped not just by headlines, but also by the quieter conversations in hallways and offices. From this point forward, any misstep will be compared to Kelly's high-profile critique, reinforcing questions about readiness and credibility. Once doubt takes hold in the political arena, it can limit opportunities, weaken alliances, and make the path forward far more challenging. Crockett now faces the difficult task of proving she can match visibility with consistent, substantive results.
That we work for the American people, and what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this that they trying to pull right now.
Like, what? What do you, we have videotape. Why are you talking like that? No one believes this bullshit. And now she's graduated to acting like a thug. So congratulations. Your term in the U.S. Congress is going really well.
Crockett now finds herself in a political corner with no good exit. If she pushes back hard, it risks looking like overcompensation. If she pulls back, it can be read as admitting defeat. That's why Kelly's critique landed with such force. It didn't just call her out, it set a frame she can't easily break. In politics, once a perception takes hold, it becomes the filter for every future move, shaping headlines, private conversations, and the tone in closed-door meetings. Kelly's portrayal that Crockett's high-profile presence has outpaced her actual record is now the benchmark against which she'll be measured. The irony is that Crockett sought the spotlight to build her image as a bold, fresh voice, yet the very attention she worked to attract now threatens to limit her momentum. In Washington, reputation is currency, and when the tide of momentum turns, it's far harder to reverse than to maintain. Every future misstep could reinforce Kelly's framing, quietly narrowing Crockett's opportunities even if she manages to avoid public mistakes. For a politician whose appeal depends on visibility and energy, the challenge now is proving that there's lasting substance behind the image, because without that proof, this moment could define her far longer than she expects.